is running through my veins. Oh, this line can't be tamed. There's fire in my blood. Burn.
Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship here for the 16th and final round of the 2019 Formula 1 World Championship at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. Yes, the final round of 2019. It's been one heck of a journey. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had so many exciting races throughout this season in all 5 tiers. Obviously, we had the introduction of a brand new tier this season, WTCR. And we've had so many exciting moments and just a massive leap in the ACOC. But yes, we are here to round off the 2019 champion, and and at what better track to do it than the Interlagos circuit itself. Not only are we at this legendary circuit to seal off the season, but we're here to seal off the Formula 1 championship as well. A fight for 2 between Jesper Johansson and Dennis Graf, the Mercedes versus the Ferrari, the Swede versus the German, just as it was last season in 2018. We come back to this legendary circuit once again to seal the title, and I think we're going to be in for one hell of a title decider. Judging by how Formula 2 went yesterday, I feel like it is going to be quite the thriller. In the commentary booth, though, is me, your commentator, as always, Miriam FG, and joining me shortly will be Alfred Klaus. He'll come in a bit later during quali, so you'll see him a bit later, but when he joins, I'll give you guys the memo. For now, though, I'll be going solo in just a few minutes, but you can expect Alfred to be here very shortly. But before we get on with qualifying, as we witness Fernando Tost on his flying lap here in Q1, let's go through the track. So the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache, better known as just Interlagos circuit, was first opened in 1940 and took inspiration from such legendary tracks as the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and Brooklands in England, and a few other very, very old racing tracks from that era. Track name comes from the neighborhood in Sao Paulo known as Interlagos, which literally means between lakes in Portuguese. And Formula 1 obviously raced here first in the 1970s. First ever Grand Prix was hosted in 1972, which was a non-championship race, but in 73 it was won by fellow countryman Emerson Fittipaldi in 73. Other series to have come here include the likes of the Mil Milhas Brazil, which is a sports car endurance race which has been held annually ever since 1956. And then you have a slew of different series, stuff like the FIA World Endurance Championship to come here. Stockholm Brazil has run here since 1979. And then a few other Brazilian races as well. Obviously, motorsport, a very, very big sport in Brazil. But the current circuit then, obviously, the circuit has seen many different iterations over the years. It was even run backwards at one point. But yeah, the circuit that we're running has remained unchanged ever since 1999. And it boasts a track length of 4.309 kilometers long. And it is 15 turns, and a race lap record is a 1:10.5, so we should expect some lap times there at the moment. As we have the times going on the board, there's Miran FG in his final Formula 1 race. Should I mark as Thomas Mandic now takes the fastest spot away from FG. But yes, this is Miran FG's final race in Formula 1. Obviously, he announced his retirement from F1 last week. So, yeah, we wish him good luck in whatever series that he decides to partake in next. Thomas Mandic, though, obviously his career with Red Bull is still not yet known if he will stay or not, as Mandic currently is fastest then. As we have all the 5 times on, or the 20 times on the board, I meant to say, the bottom 5 is comprised of Viktor Ahlbom, Samet Özkan, Lewis McIntyre, Josef Fredrik Schuto, and Maximilian Novikov. So that is your bottom 5 at the moment. Novikov in P20. Obviously, he did not renew his contract with Williams for 2020. Yeah, we don't know where he is going. As Viktor Ahlbom goes up at the 14th, we know where Viktor is going. He will be staying with Haas for yet another season. This will be his 4th season with the American outfit. Samet Özkan obviously confirmed to Toro Rosso, who will be rebranding to AlphaTauri for the next season. He's delivered Toro Rosso a very, very good couple of points obviously this season, and he'll be looking to do much of the same with the Red Bull Junior outfit. His teammate Lewis McIntyre not confirmed. He's replaced by Emil Nilsson from Formula 2. So yeah, we'll see what happens to McIntyre as well. Özkan, obviously, who seems to have broken the curse of Toro Rosso underperforming. He's gathered a lot of good points for the Italian outfit, even though he had a few rocky moments, especially considering the Belgian Grand Prix where he got race banned. Still, it has been quite the solid season for Samet Özkan. As there goes Viktor Ahlbom at the 13th. He looks to end the season on a high note, even though it hasn't been the strongest season for Haas compared to where they were in 2018. They've still had a few points here and there. Speaking of Haas, I have to mention Jafari Blackwood up there in 8th. Very, very good stuff from Blackwood. Who is only 200ths off Franco Gamba at the moment, so not bad at all from the F2 champion. Obviously, he's not the defending F2 champion anymore. Will Parrish obviously crowned F2, I mean, not F1, F2 champion of 2019 here yesterday after an exhilarating drive to become champion. As Fernando Tost goes up into 8th. By 200, so getting ahead of Jafari Blackwood. Labas Asnishka goes up into P13. Labas Asnishka, obviously, who will be going to Ferrari next season, replacing Miran Evgi at Ferrari. Very, very big news, considering we were expecting Luca Farina to get that seat after his little Ferrari stand-in drive. But no, Laban is going to be getting that. We'll see, though, what will happen. Obviously, this is not all the lineups that have been announced, as you have Lewis McIntyre there currently in 19th, as he just comes out of Junsao. Let's see if McIntyre can get himself out of P19, as his teammate Özkan lifts himself up into 12th position. What is it with me getting numbers wrong today? Either way, as McIntyre goes across the line, he does improve, but he stays P20 as Maxi Novikov goes up into 18th position. And that is Lewis McIntyre, the only man in the 112th at the moment. So it's not looking good for McIntyre at the moment. As we have 3.5 minutes to go. Ahlbom just outside the elimination zone. But Kai Tereshnia is only about a 10th off the Dane at the moment. Tereshnia currently sits in P16. He'll be wanting to get out of Q1. Along with his teammate Mohammed Patel. As McIntyre heads through Bico de Pato, and he's going to try to the inside of the Williams there. That is the Williams of Novikov, I believe. as he had a look on the inside line of the Williams, but and Novikov isn't really budging on track here, and I don't think Lewis will be too happy considering he's on a flying lap here as well. As Samet Özkan, his teammate, is just setting improvement after improvement, and up into P7 goes Samet Özkan. Very, very good stuff from him, with Jafari Blackwood in 9th. But let's update you on the championship. So Jesper Johansson currently sits pretty as you have Kite racing up at the 9th, and Miran Evji going fastest. He will looking to end off his Formula 1 career on a high note. But yeah, Jesper Johansson leads the championship, sitting pretty at the top on 249 points. And then you have Dennis Graf, who has gotten closer and closer with a very, very fantastic last couple of races. I have to say, he's been looking fantastic on the pace. And yeah, he is 13 points behind the Swede. So he is still within quite a good chance of securing the title here, Dennis Graf. But we will see what happens. Obviously, no, it's not as close as it was last season, but we're still having a title decider here at Interlagos, and what's not to love about that? As Graf makes his way through Bico de Pato, there's Luca Farina now back in the Alfa Romeo, sitting in 8th position. Have to say, it's been a fantastic season for Luca Farina. I mean, currently with his Ferrari drive, he is P9 in the championship standings in the Alfa Romeo. He's beating the likes of Mohamed Patel and Franco Gamba. So yeah, insanely well done from Luca Farina. I mean, he's just such a talented driver overall, and it is really, really good to see that Farina is up there, as Dennis Graf now takes the fastest spot away from his teammate FG, and he gets into the 110s with a 110.830. Very good lap for Dennis Graf, and we'll see if he can carry on that pace into Q2 and Q3, because Q3 is where it's going to matter for Graf. Johansson currently sitting down in 6th. We don't know if that is him just saving up his tires or pace reasons. Obviously, Johansson he's been looking very far off the pace in qualifying, it looks like, these last few races, and that has cost him. It's cost him a lot, especially considering he got hit with that grid penalty in Mexico. Yeah, he'll be looking to recover from that. Jafari Blackwood gets himself up at the P12. Victor Albom is down in the elimination zone once again, and he's down in P16, and he is in the pit lane as the checker flag falls, and that is, yeah, that's going to be Albom out of qualifying. Singh and Shuto are going to be the only one who can get themselves out, and first across the line is going to be Milka Singh, and let's see if he can get himself out of Q1 with this lap, and he can. So Singh is out of Q1 here at Interlagos as Graf extends his advantage over the field. We're going to see Alfred Klaus now in the Red Bull. Let's see if he can set an improvement, and he cannot, so he's going to stay behind his teammate Tomas Mandic here in Q1. What about the Mercedes of Enis Parachki? The Macedonian driver is going to go across the line, and he goes up into 3rd ahead of the 2 Red Bulls, and yeah, gets himself onto the 2nd row. Obviously, it's not final qualifying, but we're going to have Fernando Tosten across the line, as Tosten McLaren does not improve, but he's still done a very, very good job there in P7. Jafari Blackwood is basically safe into Q2, comes into the pit lane in his house. As you're going to have Josef Fredrik Schuto, the man from Slovakia, was confirmed for Williams yet another season, as he is going to go across the line. Let's see if Schuto can improve, and he does improve, gets himself out of teammate Novikov, but he's out of Q2, and that is Q1 done and dusted. And Dennis Graf is fastest, followed by teammate FG. And your bottom 5 who will not be making it into Q2 is Victor Albom, Milka Singh, Josef Fredrik Schuto, Maximilian Novikov, and Lewis McIntyre. So, yeah, it's a shame to see Albom out. Same with McIntyre being that low, obviously. Just he wasn't able to extract the pace from his Toro Rosso. Got the 2 Williamses down there, Schuto and Novikov and Singh, with a pretty dismal season at the moment. Hasn't really been able to find the pace in Alfa Romeo compared to teammate Farina. Ferrari looking strong though once again in Q1, just like they always do, with Graf and FG on top. Let's see what the Ferraris can do, as Enis Parachki is the first man out. I love telling the story of his career. It's a really, really uplifting story, and it really goes to show that throughout your career, you really never have to give up and never stop believing. You think about it, in 2017, he was driving for McLaren Honda, which was probably the 9th worst car in the grid, all the way to driving the championship contending car of Mercedes. And yeah, really, really fantastic to see that Enis finally gets a shot at stardom with Mercedes, and he's been doing he's doing fantastically this season. I have to say, 3 whole victories this entire season. That puts him on par with Dennis Graf at the moment. And Parachki and Graf, they've had a lot of legendary battles, and especially the Belgian Grand Prix. If you have not seen that race, I urge you to go watch it, because that is absolutely fantastic of a race. Battled all the way until the very end, and Parachki came home to win that race in an absolutely amazing fashion. What we're going to see then, as Parachki starts his lap of Interlagos, heading into the braking zone of turn 1, very easy to run wide into there. You don't want to be too late on the brakes as he heads out of turn 2, using all the inside curb, then coming out of this Curva do Sol here, almost a descent S, but that's Curva do Sol, down the Reto Oposta. You're going to have DRS here, so you can probably get a good run into the seat of the Lago here, through turn 4, and then the other left-hander of turn 5. Now that as the track goes uphill here, just up ahead is the Ferrari, as he heads through Ferradura and Curva do Laranjinha. Have to be on the brakes to adjust your line into the braking zone of turn 8, and then through Pinheirinho, turn number 9. That is Portuguese for Little Pine Tree, as there is actually a pine tree located just outside of the barriers on that corner. Then through Bico de Pato, which means Duck's Bill, named after the fact that the corner is shaped as the bill of a duck. Through Mergulho and into the legendary Junsao, now through sector 3 as he heads through the left-handers of turns 13 and then 14, Subida dos Boxes, and then through Arquibancadas, the final corner, and then it's just going to be a sprint to the line, and it is a 1:11 flat for Enis Parachki. So let's see if anyone will be able to beat that. It's going to be the banker lap from Enis Parachki. As there's Klaus across the line, and he goes 2 tenths faster than Parachki. So Nishkai only 3 tenths off Parachki, so not a bad lap time from Laban at all. Klaus though at the moment faster. As he heads to the first sector, he's about 100th up on his own time there. There's Patel across the line with a 1:11.419. There's his teammate Chirashny with a 4.94. Özkan goes ahead of Zasnishkai with a 1:11.351 by about 300 a second. Jafari Blackwood responds. He goes faster than Özkan. Kulasek up into 3rd as Mandic slots into 2nd, and Gamba in between the Renault and the Haas. Mandic at the moment into the 110s as well, along with his teammate as FG is at an absolute howler. Look at that, 1:12.2. I don't know what's happened on his lap, but it's been, yeah, that is, I think somebody must have made a mistake somewhere and gone wide, because that is an absolute, yeah, shocker of a lap. So I think he'll definitely be improving later on in the session. As Luca Ferreira goes up into 6th, and do we have an Alfred Klaus in the commentary booth?
Yes, hello. I am sorry for being late. The bus was late.
Oh, well, yeah, it's no problem. Great to have you here, Alfred, for the final race of the season. It's been a very, very long ride. We're here for Q2 as the times are coming in on the board. But yeah, it is a very, very close championship at the moment. It's Johansson separated by 13 points from Dennis Graf in 2nd. Graf has had good pace lately compared to Johansson. Do you think he's going to be able to bounce back in this race, or do you think it's going to be Jesper's title for the taking?
I think it's definitely going to be an interesting race, and we don't know. It's Graf has been a little bit slower so far, but I mean, he can always bounce back. he's not that far off the pace right now, as we can see, only 0.2, so it's definitely possible.
Yeah, it is definitely possible. Graf has been looking good on the pace in these last 3 races. Obviously, 2 of 3 races, he has taken the win in the last 3 of them. But Jesper Johansson obviously has not had the greatest 3 races compared to Dennis Graf, and that's where he's losing the most. So they're hoping to bounce back here at Interlagos as he extends his advantage over Alfred Klaus by about 100th of a second with a 1:10.7. So he gets himself a bit further down. Question is, FG's in the pit lane at the moment with the 1:12.2. He didn't really get the greatest time in, so I wonder when he's going to be going out again. As Wojtek Kudasek goes across the line in his Renault. And yeah, he does not improve. The man who has stuck with Renault since 2017 will be wanting to sign with Renault for another season, obviously. As he heads down the Retto Oposta, he's about 1/10 of Johansson in the first sector there, so he'll be looking to nail sector 2 and 3 here and get a good improvement in. At the moment, he's actually only 1/10 of Enis Parachki in the Mercedes, so not bad from the man from the Czech Republic at all. As he heads through turns number 9 and then into turn number 10, this is. As we have about 3 minutes on the clock. Bottom 5 at the moment. I said, wait, someone's not set a lap. I just realized that. Who hasn't set a lap? That is weird. Is there someone in the pits, quite possibly? Okay, now we need to check this.
It's Tost.
Tost.
Yeah. Tost
Yeah, what has happened? I think that is strange. I think McLaren may be having some issues with Tost's car. Either way, he's unable to get it out. I think there's probably some sort of fault on his car, and they aren't able to send him out. Either way, I don't think that's going to be Tost going out, which is quite a shame for Fernando Tost. I don't think that's how he would have wanted to end his season at the moment. Luca Farina, though, looking very, very good on the pace at the moment as he comes into the pit lane. The Red Bull behind and the Ferrari are going to continue on the lap stop. There's Klaus across the line. Can he improve? He does so and goes a bit closer to his fellow compatriot Jesper Johansson. Can't quite eclipse himself into the 1:10.7s though. Samet Özkan just coming across the line. And not a bad improvement from Samet Özkan at all, up at the P7 as Enis Parachki now takes the fastest spot away from his teammate Johansson. And now that is one hell of an improvement for Enis Parachki as he makes it a Mercedes 1-2 here in the second stage of qualifying with 1.5 minutes to go. He's a 10th up on Johansson at the moment. So we'll see how he can do in Q3. FG then is going to come across the line as he's currently down in 14th. I don't think it's going to be his final time then as he comes across the line. And he goes up into P2 and splits the two Mercedes apart as he goes on to second position. And he knocks Mohamed Patel into the elimination zone at the moment. But your bottom 5 at the moment is Mohamed Patel, followed by Jafari Blackwood, Laban Zasnishka, Kai Treveshnia, and then Fernando Tost. So it's a shame to see Tost not being able to get out there in Q3. As we have Samet Özkan, who's running a brilliant P7 for Toro Rosso. I have to say, Alfred, it's really been a fantastic season for Toro Rosso. They've scored a lot of points here and there. It's a massive improvement compared to where they were last season, don't you think?
Yeah, it's been amazing to see how well they've performed this season. I mean, it's been tough. It's been there's been a lot of competition, but they've done very well.
Yeah, they've done very well. Obviously, Özkan and McIntyre proved to be a very, very good lineup for the Red Bull Junior team. Özkan, who had his successes in Formula 2, and McIntyre, obviously, he's a veteran of the midfield. So it proved to be a very good lineup, even though a lot of people weren't really expecting it. As Jafari Blackwood is just going to make his way across the line as the checker flag now falls. And we have Patel in the pit, so he is confirmed out of Q2. As Blackwood goes across the line and he's out, so he won't be improving at all. Zasnishka, can he get himself out? No, he cannot, as it's only P12 for him. What about Kai Cherezhnia, who goes across the line, and he does improve, and up into P6 goes Kai Cherezhnia, and he is safe into Q3, and that was one hell of a lap from the Polish driver. As we're going to have Johansson, it's just coming around the final corner, currently in third. Let's see what he can do then as he comes across the line. Obviously, improvement isn't necessary considering he's only in Q2 at the moment, but he does improve anyways as he goes on to the fastest spot ahead of Enis Krawczyk. Wojtek Kulasek does not improve, but he is going to be into Q3. Miranevci comes in, as Jafari Blackwood is going to be the final car across the line, I do believe, unless he's going to abort this lap and come in. And Blackwood is in, so that is Q2 done and dusted. Jesper Johansson leads Enis Krawczyk, and your bottom five is Gamba, Patel, Zasnishka, Blackwood, and then Fernando Tost, who didn't set a time in Q2. But yeah, now then, Alfred, as we gear up for Q3, this is where it's going to count between Jesper Johansson and Dennis Graf here for the fight for pole.
Yes, it's gonna be interesting to see who takes pole position and what the lineup's gonna be for the start of the race. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, I definitely think it is gonna be quite interesting to see. Ferrari were the quickest in Q1, but Mercedes seemed to have taken it in Q2. I guess judging by this pattern, we would have Red Bull taking pole in Q3, but we will see what will happen. Obviously, Graf has quite the deficit to Johansson. It is 13 points, and considering how close they are usually on track, it is going to be interesting. So Graf is just going to have to hope that Johansson's pace disappears out of the blue. So, yeah, we will definitely have to wait and see what will happen. But Gamba, Patel, Zasnishka, Blackwood, and Tost out. The two McLarens, none of them advanced into Q3, which is a shame. But, yeah, you had people like Kulasek, who we're just looking at the moment as we start Q3, and then Kai Cherezhnia up there as well. So we could have some good midfield contenders here at Brazil today. Wojtek Kulasek then, who has had a very eventful career despite only sticking with one team ever since 2017. He made his debut in 2020 for Renault, obviously. Wasn't the best season for the French outfit. He was partnered alongside Rahul Patel, and he beat his teammate Patel that season, even though Patel was able to bag a podium at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Then for 2018, he was partnered alongside one man, Tomas Mandic. And it was a far better season for Renault. Kulasek had a lot of consistent points finishes. However, he lost out to his teammate Mandic by about 9 points. And now then in 2019, he's partnered alongside Laban Zasnishka. And Laban is beating him as well. But yeah, Kulasek has had some good results this season, and we're looking to make it another here at Interlagos and try to end off the season on a high. As Kulasek heads through turns 4 and 5, now through Ferradura, turn number 6, and Curva de la Ranjinha, as track goes uphill. Try to use all that curb as you head into turn number 8. Then through Pinheirinho, turn number 9. Then through into Bico de Pato, turn number 10. Pretty easy to go wide here. It's a bit of banking, so it's much easier to get on the power through there. Through the flat left-hander of Mergulho, then to Junsao, turn number 12, and it's just flat out through here, then down turns 13 to 15, and then it's going to be across the line for Wojtek Kulasek, as we'll see what he can do here in Q3. So he goes across the line, and it's a 1:11.7 for the man from the Czech Republic. We'll see those times are going to come in on the board here now. We'll see what will happen. As Kulasek goes for another lap, there's Johansson across the line with a 1:11.1. We don't know how good that time is compared to the others at the moment, so we'll have to wait for the likes of Parachki and Graf and Klaus to set their laps. But yeah, that is going to be the time to beat for the top dogs here in qualifying here in Q3, as we have about 4.5 minutes to go. And this Parachki 3/10 slower than Jesper Johansson. So might Ennis have purposely been backing off to not get out of his team with Johansson? We don't know. As Samuel Özkan goes up to third ahead of Kulasek at the moment by only a few hundredths of a second. So it's looking quite close in the midfield for the time being. There's Farina up into third in his Alfa Romeo and into the 1:11.6 as he goes. So a few hundredths faster than Özkan and Kulasek. Kulasek improves. However, he cannot get himself ahead of Wojtek Kulasek. Dennis Graf goes across the line, but he's behind Jesper Johansson at the moment with a 1:11.226. Johansson currently remains supreme. Alfred Klaus, though, he's not had the greatest lap here. I think he must have encountered traffic somewhat. So he is looking quite far down at the moment, though I think with another lap he'll be able to get up there once again. We are now just the final car across the line. Up at the P3 he goes, as Thomas Mandic is fourth. But Alfred, that's the first times on the board, and Johansson leads Graf.
Yeah, I mean, it's been interesting so far. I think everyone's just coming out of the pits, setting their first pace time laps, and I think we're going to see a lot of improvement during this session. I mean, it's Q3 now. It's the actual times are important. You want to push as hard as you can and take the car to the limit.
Yes, indeed. We're talking about the drivers' fight a lot here as well, but I think we should mention the constructors' fight. Mercedes currently lead Ferrari by 43 points. So basically all Mercedes have to do is score points, and they'll be constructors champions of 2019. And that will be the first season in which Ferrari do not secure the constructors title. So basically what Ferrari have to do to win the constructors now is that neither of the Mercedes finish in the points, and Ferrari finish 1-2 with the fastest lap, which is it's quite unrealistic if you have to ask me. But yeah, as Alfred Klaus gets himself up into 6th, it's looking a bit more like it for the Swede, but he is currently behind teammate Mandic and Enis Parachki as well. With 2 minutes to go, only man in the pits currently is Kai Terezhnia in 7th, best of the rest for the man in the Racing Point. Obviously, we don't know about the future of Terezhnia. His future is currently uncertain in Formula 1. We haven't really had the announcements come in just yet. Same with Luca Farina, even though everyone was expecting him to go to Ferrari. We don't know where he'll be going next season, as he's obviously not staying with Alfa Romeo for next season. But then Alfred Klaus is going to go across the line through Archibancadas. Turn number 15 he comes, and let's see what the Swede can do in his Red Bull. And up at the 4th he goes, so on to the second row. Not a bad effort from Alfred Klaus as he gets himself ahead of his teammate Thomas Mandic. There's Dennis Graf then, looking to push as Johansson comes into the pit lane, so I don't think Johansson is going out, so he is completely sure that he will have this pole in the bag. Dennis Graf is pushing here on the lap, as he in sector 1, he's only 100th off Johansson here. So I think this could be a good lap from Dennis, Alfred.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's going to be... We have to see. It's probably about 30 seconds left, and then we'll see who takes pole position, probably. Unless any of the other drivers come in and set an amazing lap.
Yeah. We'll see what will happen as Graf. I don't think he's close enough, though. Look, he lost about a 10th in the middle sector. So I think Dennis is going to want to push for another lap here at Interlagos. No, he's coming in. He's coming in. And that means that Dennis Graf will not be on pole. Jesper Johansson will start ahead of Dennis Graf at the Brazilian Grand Prix. And this has played into the hands of Jesper Johansson. Graf is severely going to have to hope that someone like FG or Mandic takes pole as Klaus has come in. Let's see Thomas Mandic if he is gonna finish his lap. He does. So let's see what Mandic can do here. Is he gonna go across the line? What can he do? He does improve, but it's only P4 for Mandic at the moment. FG goes across the line as well. He's just gonna get another lap in. Parachki is not going to get another lap in, and he's going to be the first car across the line. Let's see what Ennis can do as he goes across the line. He does not improve, so Parachki will start in 6th. Özkan, the Toro Rosso, comes into the pit lane. He'll be starting P9. So not bad from him. Mandic then, the last hope. It's Mandic and FG going to be the last hope to beat Johansson here at Interlagos, Alfred.
Yeah, it's been a very exciting qualifying. We've seen a lot of action and some amazing laps from these drivers, and it's going to be an interesting race. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll see, though, if FG and Mandic are going to be able to improve then as they head through Sector 3. What will Mandic's Sector 2 time be as he rounds turn number 13? It's a 10th off, so he could possibly get himself onto the front row with this lap, quite possibly, if he does decide to finish it, that is. I should say that, because we have a driver being on good laps and then just aborting them and coming into the pit lane, but he's going to finish this up. So Thomas Mandic, what can you do as he comes across the line, and he doesn't improve, and FG's in as well, and that means that, wait for it, and that means that Jesper Johansson is on pole position here at Interlagos. So, yeah, I have to say, Q3 not as climactic as we were probably expecting it to be, Alfred, but nonetheless, dominant pole for Johansson ahead of championship rival Dennis Graf.
Yes, it's going to be an interesting field to say the least, and we're going to hopefully see some very good racing today.
Yeah, the question is going to be, though, if Johansson will be able to defend from Dennis Graf into turn 1, because Graf, as you know, he's going to start on the left, so he'll have the inside line into the Cerneses, but we know that, well, I'll continue, but I'll just ask the question, do you think Graf is going to immediately challenge Jesper Johansson, or do you think he's going to wait behind for a bit?
I think, strategically speaking, I think Graf almost has to challenge into turn 1, because he wants to get ahead early so he doesn't have any dirty air, as these cars are quite bad at following the other cars. So I think he wants to get ahead in turn 1 so he can start then lead the race and then hopefully, and basically hope something goes bad for Jesper Johansson there. Because Jesper Johansson is ahead by 13 points, which is quite a big lead when you're talking F1, Formula 1. So yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, it is going to be quite interesting. Obviously, we know Dennis Graf is a fierce competitor. He doesn't give up for positions. But Jesper Johansson, we know that when he gets into the lead, there's no stopping him. It was just like last season, where Johansson took pole here, and he absolutely pulled away for the lead and took the title. We'll see if he can do the same again, or if Graf is going to try and challenge, and I don't think Dennis Graf is going to let this slide at all. So we'll see how it goes. Looking at the midfield, though, you have Kai Trevesnia there in 7th, so he's not done bad at all in qualifying. He's always looking to get past the 2 Toro Rossos in the standings. You have Luca Farina there in 8th, and then you have Özkan and Kulasek in 10th. But we'll go through the grid a bit later as we're gearing up for the race. And here we are then for the starting grid before lights out for one final time in this 2019 season. As we do, Alfred, I'll go through the first 10 and then you take the rest. So, Jesper Johansson is on pole position, arguably the most crucial pole of his career this season, and he is accompanied by his fellow world champion and championship rival Dennis Graf in the Ferrari. Miran Evji in his final Formula 1 race starts in 3rd, and accompanying them is the 2 Red Bulls of Thomas Mandic, who leads Alfred Klaus in P5. Enes Parashki starts in P6 with Kai Chereshmi, a very, very good 7th, with Luca Farina in P8. Then we have Samet Özkan in 9th, with Wojtek Kulasek rounding out the points.
And then in 11th place, we have Franco Gamba in the McLaren with Mohamed Patel right next to him in the Racing Point. It's Racing Point, right?
Yeah.
I forget. Sorry. And then on the row behind them, we have Laban Sesuniski and Jafari Blackwood in the Renault and the Haas, followed up by Fernando Tost in the other McLaren. Who is next to Victor Album in the other Haas, who's behind them is Melka Singh and Joseph Frederick Suto in the Alfa Romeo and Williams respectively. And then on the last row, we have Maximilian Novikov and Lewis McIntyre in the Williams and the Alpha Tauri, if I'm not mistaken.
Toro Rosso, Alpha Tauri for next season.
Yes, apologies.
But then let's go for one final time down to the grid here in 2019 as the lights are coming on. The fight for two is on, ladies and gentlemen, as we have 6 lights. And we are underway for one final time. And it looks to be a good start for Jesper Johansson. Graf hasn't got the getaway that he needs. And Klaus is already challenging. They're 3 wide into turn 1. And Graf's round! I can't believe it! He's been tagged by the Red Bull of Alfred Klaus. And oh, that is a big crash. And Graf getting mounted here. And it's turned into absolute chaos for Dennis Graf. And he's able to continue. But it sent him way down the order. Oh, and it's absolute chaos, it's drama just into turn 1 already. And I fear that might be Graf's title hopes already over into the first corner as Johansson leads from Mandic and FG into the following couple of turns. But that is massive news. There's Novikov and Patel going wheel to wheel. Patel has lost out massively in all of this as there goes Victor Albom. But yeah, this has brought Luca Farina up into 6th. Johansson, this is basically title guaranteed for the Super Swede as it's gone all wrong for Dennis Graf here, turn 1, Alfred.
Yeah, it's been incredible start. Incredibly unlucky for Graf there with the shunt on the inside from Thomas Mandic there. I think, yeah, as you said, I think Graf is probably losing up all hope. Or not all hope is of course not lost, but I think it's going to be a very, very tough fight for him to get back to the front, and something severe would have to happen to Jesper Johansson.
Yeah, there looks to be big damage to that Ferrari as well. He's losing a lot of time on the straights, and Singh is catching up to him quite a lot. So, oh, this is the absolute horrible. This is the worst scenario ever for Dennis Graf, and it's such a horrible. It's so horrible to have your title taken away like that. I wonder if we could get the replay of what happened into turn 1 though. They were 3 wide coming into the first corner. It was Klaus, it was FG there as well. And I think Graf just got sandwiched in the middle. Let's see what happened into turn 1 though, Alfred.
Let's see this.
So this is on board with Thomas Mandic. He's yeah, no, it wasn't Klaus, it was Mandic.
Yeah, it was Thomas Mandic came up on the inside of Dennis Graf, and I think his front right hit his
Oh.
As we see there, Thomas Mandic's front right wheel hit the rear left of Dennis Graf.
Yeah, we're gonna see this from Graf's onboard, but yeah. So I think it's a classic case of 3 into 1 doesn't go. But yeah, we're gonna see this again. So there's FG on his outside, and I don't think, yeah, Graf wasn't expecting Mandic on the inside. And he gets tagged by the Red Bull, and then he just reverses, and he gets hit by Kulasek there, and just goes on for a little ride here, and then he gets dropped back. There's damage to that Ferrari, obviously, and yeah, I think there will be some stern words from Dennis Graf to Thomas Mandic after the race, as Victor Albom is battling Maxi Novikov for P17, but Johansson now leads by 2 seconds, so this has really played into the Mercedes driver's hands, Alfred.
Yeah, it really has. Jesper Johansson basically just has to stay in the points, and he has this secured. Stay in front of Dennis Graf, and he has the championship secured pretty safely. So it's yeah.
We'll see what he can do. I mean, at the moment it is looking quite comfortable for him. At the moment he leads by 2.2 from Mandic. That gap is just going up and up, and yeah, I think it's probably not the way we would have wanted to have the title decider, but that is big drama indeed for Dennis Graf, as Singh is going to try to get the world champion here into the Ciudad del Lago, but Graf defends from the Indian driver. Here's the battle for points though between the two Renaults who've gotten themselves there up quite nicely. Laban Zasnička there in 9th with Wojtek Kulasek in 10th. Zasnička, as we know, very, very good at gaining positions and keeping it clean through moments of chaos. As here we have the battle for P2. Mandich, obviously you can see how much time he's losing on Johansson. That gets up to 3 seconds. It's absolutely crazy. But FG is going to have the DRS on Thomas Mandich. Might try something on the Red Bull here, as he is going to be in the slipstream of Mandich. Is he going to have a look into the Senna S? As he doesn't, he stays back for now. As they head into turn number 2, he's going to try it into the seat of the Lago, I think, as they head through Curva do Sol, turn number 3, with the DRS engaged. Let's see if FG can do it here. And there he goes, having a look on the inside into the seat of the Lago, but he's not close enough to fully line up alongside the Croatian at the moment. He's been kind of compromised on exit here as well. Endis Parashki is going closer to the Swede in the Ferrari. We'll see if FG can get past Mandich. That's going to be the crucial thing, because Mandich is losing heaps of time to Jesper Johansson, but Johansson obviously behind his cockpit is probably quite relieved about what's happened to Dennis Graf. I guess it's the German saying Schadenfreude, I presume. But at the moment then, you have FG in 3rd, followed by Parashki and Klaus, and then surprisingly enough, Luca Farina, who is hanging on the back of the Red Bull. This guy, I think he probably still thinks he's in the Ferrari somehow, but he is driving a very, very good race, Luca Farina. As they head down into Curva do Sol, now down the Retta Oposta. Let's see what Farina can do, as he is going to be in the slipstream. As you can see, FG getting very, very close to the back of Thomas Mandich. But Kulasek is now going to try it on his Renault teammate Laban Zasnička, as the two Renault cars go wheel to wheel. Kulasek on the inside, heading out of the seat of the Lago, and he is ahead of Laban Zasnička. I like that. Nice move from Wojtek Kulasek, as Fernando Tost is going to try to slip in here as well, as he has a look on the outside of Laban Zasnička. I think it was a tiny lockup from Wojtek Kulasek, but Tost can't quite get past Zasnička. But the midfield is heating up, Alfred.
Yeah, definitely is. We hope for some more action this race, and I think that everyone is trying to push hard as this last race of the season, and everyone wants to score as many points as possible. It's hopefully we're going to get to see a lot more action today.
Yeah, I think we definitely are. Midfield is looking quite closely, as it always is at Interlagos. Here you have Gamba chasing down Kai Trezhnia for 7th position. As the former teammates are going to go at it for the top points paying positions here, as Gamba gets within DRS range, but it's not going to do much considering that Trezhnia has the DRS as well. As there's McIntyre, who's trying to get his way out of last position, as he's going to go on Josef Fredrik Schuto, who was on the outside, but he's going to go into the inside, heading into the Cida do Lago. Schuto leaves the space for the Brit, as the two go wheel to wheel, heading out of the Cida do Lago, now into turns number 6 and 7, as McIntyre goes around the outside, and he gets it done on Josef Fredrik Schuto for P19. And what lies ahead is the Haas of Victor Albom, who's not had the greatest start in all of this. I wonder if we can actually get the position gains on the start here, so we can see what happened. And there we are. And yeah, big gainer Thomas Mandich out of all this, considering that the two Ferrari, considering that he took out one Ferrari and the other was kind of mugged down on the start there. So Mandich made up 2 positions. Endis Parashki is up 2, Farina is up 2, Gamba is up 3, so very, very good stuff from Franco Gamba. And he might be up a 4th one, considering he's chasing down Kai Trezhnia. Kulasek up 1, Zasnička up 3, Tost up 4. Very, very good stuff from him. And then Graf, obviously, who's down 10 positions, which is an absolute shame for him. But we're going to watch this battle as Franco Gamba has a look on Kai Trezhnia. Doesn't do anything about it. Singh gains 4, so very, very good stuff from Singh. Özkan's down 5 because he was involved in that crash at the start. Then you had Blackwood down 1, Patel down 4, Novikov up 2. Album down 2, and then McIntyre was made up 1 after overtaking Josef Frederick Schuto. But yeah, pretty interesting games then. The Renaults seem to have done it quite well, considering that they've pushed up the order. But yeah, FG at the moment currently is in 3rd. He's still trying to chase down Tomas Mandic, who is losing a lot of time. But the question is, Alfred, do you think that FG will have a chance of getting past Mandic this race?
I think it's definitely possible. I mean, they have pretty equal machinery, so I think it's going to be quite a lot up to the driver itself. And I think both of them are going to try to fight their hardest to get ahead this race.
Yeah, it is gonna be quite interesting, as there is Gamba on Chereznia as they head through the Ciudad del Lago. Gamba is on the inside line of the racing point as they head into turn number 6. Can Gamba swing around the outside of Kai Chereznia? Kai hangs on though to the position just about, but he can't really do much as they head into turn number 8. Franco Gamba gets ahead of Kai Chereznia. Very good move from Franco Gamba, what would you say, Alfred?
Yeah, incredible move from Franco Gamba. They're being able to stick that around the outside, and nice defending from Chereznia as well, even though it didn't really stick. But I mean, he kept it well on the inside, a lot of space between them though. But yeah, good driving from both.
Yeah, very, very well done. Obviously, two very skilled midfielders, Gamba and Chereznia, going at it, as FG still chases down Mandic as they head into the Senna SS. You can see that, yeah, Mandic still is losing quite a lot of time to Jesper Johansson. Johansson obviously in a world of his own at the moment, as Singh has a look on Dennis Graf. It's just going from bad to worse for Graf at the moment, as the Alfa Romeo, the Ferrari sister car, is now trying to make the move on him. As here goes Singh on Graf as he headed to the Ciudad del Lago. Singh on the inside line. Graf defends though from the Indian driver, as that's going to invite Samet Özkan to the battle, as he is getting quite close to the back of Singh. Blackwood having a look on the inside line. This is obviously where Blackwood sealed his Formula 2 title in 2018, as Patel is now having a look on Blackwood as well. So it's kind of like a domino effect here, as Patel swings around the outside of Jafari Blackwood, the two going wheel to wheel. Can Patel make the move stick as they head into Vico de Pato, now through the fast left-hander, as it's going to be Blackwood on the inside, and yeah, Patel can't do much to get past Jafari Blackwood. But yeah, as I was saying, Blackwood obviously sealed his F2 championship last season here at Interlagos. Samet Özkan won that same race in 2018. As Mir and FG chasing down Tomas Mandic once again as they're going to head down the Reta Oposta. Can he do it on Mandic, as he is having a look? He just keeps on. He thinks about the moves, but he just isn't close enough to make the moves on Tomas Mandic. As here is Victor Album, and he is close enough on Maximilian Novikov, as he's going to go on the inside into the Ciudad del Lago. Haas versus the Williams, as Album is going to try to get ahead of Novikov with this little scrap as they head into Ferradura. Outside line proving to be a lot more efficient into these corners, and he does get ahead of Maximilian Novikov with that move, so that brings the Danish driver up into 17th position. So not bad from him, and he's now in this little midfield train, which goes all the way up to Dennis Graf in 12th. It's strange to say that you have a midfield train and Dennis Graf is at the top there. It's weird. Laban Sosnishka then, who is still chasing down his teammate Wojtek Kulasek. The Renaults have been battling fiercely this race, as he has the DRS and he is going to try to pull alongside his teammate, as he has a look on the inside into the Senna SS. Doesn't go for the move though, so I think he's just trying to scare his teammate into a mistake. But there behind, Fernando Tost could get involved into this battle, as Novikov defends from Lewis McIntyre. McIntyre, who's himself is not trying to finish last. He hasn't got the best exit out of turn 3 though. So no, I thought Schuto was going to get involved into this, but no. He is going to be ahead. As Özkan currently trying to get past Milka Singh here. Just see how close they are as they head into turn number 9. Going a bit wide there in the back, and that was Jafari Blackwood. As he has having a look on the inside of Summit Özkan there, in the Toro Rosso. I don't think it was him going wide actually. I think it was more him trying to adjust this line to try and make the move on Özkan. But now that they are stuck in DRS train, this is going to be quite an interesting predicament on how they're going to get out of it, Alfred.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting to see what the strategies here, who chooses to push when and how, and yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see.
As we witness Singh trying it on Dennis Graf and into turn 2, he got compromised on exit. As I think this might be something to try and break the train, as Özkan is gonna go on Singh. He's having a look on the inside into the Ciudad Lago, and he gets the run heading out of the Ciudad Lago as the two go wheel to wheel. Özkan is gonna try to get past Singh as he goes round the outside of Milka Singh and past the Alfa Romeo. Goes the Toro Rosso of Summit Özkan as Mohamed Patel defends from Victor Albom. There's Albom on the inside with a quite opportunistic move on the Brit as the two go side by side heading into Bico de Pato. It's gonna be Blackwood on the inside line as Patel goes round the outside. Very, very good battling between the two here at Interlagos, but it's gonna be Patel who defends his position on the inside. Very, very good stuff for him. As there is Novikov and Albom. Novikov, who was looking to maybe try it on who was it? Albom. Couldn't quite do it. Özkan though is gonna try it on Dennis Graf. He's gonna try to do what Milka Singh couldn't, as he goes into turn 2, tries to hang on the outside, but Graf defends from Summit Özkan as he's gonna have the DRS now on Dennis Graf into the Ciudad Lago. It's not close enough just yet, as there's the two Williams cars going at it. There's Shuto and Novikov going at it. Obviously Josef Fredrik Shuto, I guess he'll have to enjoy this because there is this final time he's going to be battling with his teammate Novikov, as Giulia Cisetti was confirmed for Williams for 2020. So yeah, Novikov obviously not staying with Williams for 2020, but Shuto then on the inside through turn number 9, but he's still hanging on there, Novikov, so it's actually a nice little battle between the two. There's Blackwood and Singh might lose another position here, but into the inside, into Jun Sao. Blackwood gets the far better exit, though he's got the run on Milka Singh, but the two are going to be wheel to wheel, heading down Subidalos boxes and Arquibancadas. Now down the start-finish straight, it's Singh on the inside and Blackwood on the outside, as there is Özkan once again trying it on Dennis Graf, as Blackwood round the outside into the Senna SS, into turn 2. He has the inside line. That should be a superior line as they head through Curva do Sol. There's still wheel to wheel. What a great battle this is here in the midfield, as Blackwood and Singh wheel to wheel heading down into the Ciudad do Lago. Turn number 4, Blackwood around the outside of Milka Singh as they head to turn 5. Can Jafari do it? Singh just hangs on. Blackwood can't make it stick. Great battle here in the midfield, Alfred.
Yeah, incredible battling from all the drivers here. It's been an interesting race so far today, and I hope we see a lot more today.
Yeah, really, really nicely done. As always, what was I gonna say? As always, Brazil delivers with midfield action as Albom and Patel go wheel to wheel. Mohamed Patel on the inside line of Victor Albom, but Albom goes a bit wide, and that has not done him too well, as McIntyre has a look on the inside line of Victor Albom, and yeah, he can't do anything at the moment. We're gonna watch McIntyre's teammate Özkan, who is still trying to get past the Ferrari of Dennis Graf as he heads into turn 2, and yeah, that's not gonna be best for him. But there is FG on Monday. He's finally found his time to strike as he goes round the outside into turn 6, and job done for Miran FG, and up into second goes to Sweden in his final Formula 1 race. As there's Klaus and Parachki battling with each other. Klaus looking to gain positions from all of this. You know, Alfred Klaus, when he when all these drivers are bunched up together, that is his prime time to strike. We're going to witness Parachki and Mandic going wheel to wheel. Mandic getting absolutely mugged here as Parachki has a look on the outside, but Thomas Mandic covers him off, heading into Junsao. As there is Özkan having a look on Graf into Biko de Pato, as Jafari Blackwood there looking to pick up the scraps from this battle. Luca Farina is actually getting involved in the battle for position here. As you can see how close he is to the back of Alfred Klaus. I have to say, Alfred, Luca Farina is driving an excellent race here in his Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, incredible racing from Luca Farina. He's been very fascinating, both qualifying and the race itself. I mean, it's been incredible to see.
Yeah, it really is. As Özkan once again tries it on Dennis Graf. You can see how close Blackwood is. It's going to really compromise Samet Özkan here, as he's going to be on the inside line. Blackwood on the outside line. They had to... he kind of lost momentum there on the outside, as he has a look on the inside, but he's going to have to worry about Milka Singh as he goes around the outside. I wasn't expecting that, as the two go wheel to wheel. Blackwood, though, has the superior line into Ferradura, as he is going to try it on the outside. He does defend from Singh, as there's Patel with a move out of nowhere on Singh, as Singh was too focused on Blackwood. Mohammed Patel invites himself to the battle, as there is Blackwood on Summit Özkan. The midfield battles are really kicking off here, as Blackwood goes round the outside into Biko de Pato on the inside line through Mergulio, and I think he is going to get ahead of Özkan, who dips a wheel into the grass. And yes, that is Jafari Blackwood up into P13. Very good battles in the midfield here then, as Jafari Blackwood, he's not done. He's going to try to get past Dennis Groff here with the DRS. Look how close he is as he goes to the outside. He thinks to the inside, though. Is that really the right call for Jafari as they head down into turn 1? I don't think it's going to be, as yeah, once again, it doesn't get the best exit. The inside line is not the line you want into the first corner. I don't know why the drivers don't realize that, as this is going to spark battles once again here, as Özkan is going to try it on Blackwood. Patel's going to try to sing there in the background as the two go wheel to wheel. Özkan on the inside can't quite do it. Patel, though, is going to try it on Milka Singh, as Singh defends from the Brit. McIntyre is going to go up alongside his fellow compatriot as he goes round the outside. Can he do it on Mohammed Patel, as he's going to get boxed in, though, by the Alfa Romeo of Singh as he goes round the outside of Mohammed Patel? Can he make the move stick? Lewis McIntyre, the two go wheel to wheel. The Racing Points and the Toro Rosso. Patel, though, he's going to get Singh here as McIntyre gets boxed in, and there's another crash, and that's Graf again, and Özkan's been spun round. And it's gone from bad to worse for Dennis Groff. What happened here, Alfred?
Yeah, I didn't really see it myself. I just saw Blackwood get knocked out somewhere. Interesting enough.
Oh! And that Blackwood completely misjudged his braking zone there. If we go on board with the Jamaican, and you can see into the braking zone. It's not this one. This is turn number 8. It's into turn 10. As you can see, through turn 9, Groff doesn't get the best exit, and Jafari tries it on the outside, and just goes on the grass, and he just completely misjudged it, and straight into the back of the Ferrari, and they make contact a second time, and Özkan got spun round as a result. And you can see absolute carambolage here, as Özkan beaches himself, though. That's not going to be good for Samet Özkan. Not at all. As Mohammed Patel now gets brought up to 12th, and you can see, I think all these guys are going to be out, unfortunately. Which is a massive shame, but it really is a shame for Dennis Groff, Alfred.
Yeah, incredibly unlucky for Dennis Groff here with the luck on the first lap, and now on the 18th lap of the race. I mean, he's been incredibly unlucky, and safe to say Johansson is not complaining very much.
No, I can imagine Johansson will feel quite relieved about this. But now this shakes up the order a bit. Patel has gone from P16 to P12 because he benefited from all of that. But oh dear, this is not gonna look good on Jafari Blackwood's CV, I can tell you that. As he now chases down Mohammed Patel. I think there will be quite stern words by Dennis Groff. As meanwhile, we have the battle for second place. FG Mandic, Parachki, Klaus, and then surprisingly Luca Farina in sixth, who is doing a fantastic job there. And you have Franco Gamba actually involved in that as well. So Gamba not doing a bad job at all in his McLaren. Not at all. As we go a bit further down the field, here is Asnishka on Kulasek, as he is gonna try it on his teammate into the seat. Adolago has a look on the inside of Kulasek, but Vojta doesn't leave the space for his teammate. So both of the Renaults hold station, and this kind of invites Fernando Tost into the battle, the man in the McLaren, as we're gonna witness Jafari Black. But there's the two Hasses. All Bumman's obviously benefited quite a lot from this now, but that is 4 cars out due to the collision with Blackwood, as Album tries to Jafari Blackwood on the inside line, though he doesn't do much of it. So both of them hold station for the time being, but Victor Album stays where he is at the moment. As there's Gamba on Farina, the two Italians are going to scrap with each other as Gamba goes round the outside. That is the smart choice from Franco Gamba, as he goes round the outside into turn 1 and through turn 2. He's going to have the inside line. Should be an easy move for Franco Gamba, and he gets through. Nice, clean and calculated move from Franco Gamba, Alfred.
Yeah, very, very nice move from Franco Gamba there. A little bit. Lucas Farina stuck it down the inside, which was not the smartest move, as we have seen into turn 1. But I mean, I definitely don't think Luca Farina is going to be giving up, and I think we might see some more action from that pair of drivers later in the race.
Yes, indeed. Farina, obviously a very, very fierce driver. We know on his day he is absolutely unstoppable. As you have Enis Parashki chasing down Thomas Mandic, there's Jafari Blackwood on Mohammed Patel, as they're going to battle for 12th position. You have Victor Album hanging on there in 14th position as well. As there is Alfred Klaus chasing down Enis Parashki as they head down into the start-finish straight. Farina, though, falling behind a bit on Franco Gamba. The DRS obviously will help him pull himself along here, but Gamba is falling out of the DRS range of Alfred Klaus. There's a fear that the two Italians are going to split into their own pack here. As they head down the Retta Oposta, let's see if Farina is able to get any closer to Gamba. He is quite close to the back of Franco Gamba, not within striking distance though, but he is still quite close to the back of Franco Gamba. Here's another battle. We have Blackwood versus Patel, a battle that's still going on, as Blackwood is going to try it on Mohammed Patel. He has a look on the inside, but yeah, Mohammed doesn't budge. He stays where he is at the moment. As they head down into turn number 8, there's Album there behind as well. But the crash with Groff, it created quite a big buffer between Patel and Tost, so the field is a bit more spread out due to this, Alfred.
Yeah, it is quite spread out now, as we see a 13.5 second gap from Patel to Tost, and I do think that's going to be quite hard to recover in the 10 laps we have left of the race.
Yeah, I don't think it is gonna happen, but we will see. As we have the two Renaults who have been going at it the entire race. Zasnishka has been trying to move on Kulasek. Obviously Kulasek, as we did mention, his future is unknown, but Zasnishka is going to Ferrari, as Jafari Blackwood is closing down on Mohammed Patel at the moment, as the two are gonna go wheel to wheel. No, they're not gonna go wheel to wheel. What am I saying? As I thought they were gonna go wheel to wheel, but no, they weren't. It looked like to me that Blackwood was closing in, but he wasn't able to find the opportunity to make the move. Mandic is trying to make the move on Mir and FG. The battle for second place is basically over for the lead because Johansson has absolutely stormed away with the lead. Yeah, Johansson has done, I have to say, an absolutely fantastic job. This is really the late stage Johansson we're all used to, as Kulasek defends from Zasnishkai around the outside, as Zasnishkai has the DRS on Wojta Kulasek, and he is going to go side by side with him into the Assetto Lago on the inside line. As the two Renaults scrap once more. Zasnishkai on the inside, but Wojta on the outside defends from Laban. But Zasnishkai gonna have the outside line into turn number 6 as they head into turn 6. Kulasek still hanging on his teammate. The two still side by side into the braking zone of turn number 8 as Zasnishkai goes the long way around and he gets ahead of his teammate Wojta Kulasek. Very good battle between the Renaults, Alfred.
Incredible battle here. I think it's been incredible to see so far, and I think we have much more to see.
Yes, we really do. Laban Zasnishkai comes out victorious in 9th position, as he now begins to pull away from Wojta Kulasek. Kulasek though is glad to defend his position from the McLaren, as the two Renaults will be wanting to finish in the points, unless Fernando Tost can do anything about that, as Mandic now chases down Miran Evji. He's having a look on the Swede as the youngster in the Red Bull challenges the retiring Ferrari, but yeah, at the moment Mandic stays ahead, as Enis Parashki now looking to get involved into this battle as well. So we have quite the fight for second place on our hands, Alfred.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting fight here to see. I think we might see some changing in the top 5 here for the last. Top 5 and top 6 for the last 8 last. My apologies. For the 8 I give up. My
yeah, it's still a very good battle between everyone in the top teams. Everyone's very close to each other. There's a lot of layers of mind games and whatnot when it comes to making moves and setting up yourself for them. As you have Laban Zasnishkai, he got past Kulasek. He is not done, as he is currently on the back of Kai Trevesnia. So the battle for P8 is going to commence very soon. But yeah, Laban looking fantastic on the pace today, as he is going to be in the slipstream of Kai Trevesnia. And here he goes then, already pulling alongside the Polish driver as they head into the Assetto Lago. Is he ahead before the corner? No, he isn't. Church is going to put up some resistance as he gets the better exit heading out of the Assetto Lago, but the two are still going to be wheel to wheel into Ferradura, and I think he is going to be ahead, and he is ahead into Ferradura. And beautiful move making from Laban Zasnishkai. That is the Serbian up yet another position, Alfred.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an incredible race from the Serbian so far, and I think he has a lot more to give for the rest of the race and the rest of his career.
Yeah, it's very exciting to think where Laban is going to end up, especially next season at Ferrari. It's going to be very exciting to see how the Serbian performs, as Kulasek is going to be chasing down Chereshnia as well. He wants a piece of the cake too, as he is going to have the DRS down the start finish straight. Woolwich right into San Esses. Yes, he goes on the inside into turn 1. He gets a bit of an oversteer moment though, and that is going to cost him a lot, as Tost is not going to try to get involved into this, as he is going to have the DRS on Kulasek, but it's in vain, as Kulasek also gets the DRS, so there's no big advantage there that Tost gets, unfortunately, for the man from Poland, as Jafari Blackwood chases down the racing point of Mohammed Patel. Is he gonna make the move on Patel? He tries it into the Assetto Lago. On the inside line goes Jafari Blackwood, as we've been having great battles in this race so far then, as Blackwood is gonna go around the outside of Mohammed Patel, and is he gonna get it done? Patel tries to put up resistance and into the braking zone. I think he was gonna try and challenge, but no, he's too far away, and that means that Jafari Blackwood slips up into 12th position. But it is going to be difficult defending your position, especially when you are in a predicament like Jafari Black with Alfred, considering that you're 13 seconds to the other car and you have no DRS whatsoever.
Yeah, it's quite a predicament, as there's not really much for him to do. He's out of the points, 13 seconds gap with 5 laps to go. It's going to be... It's a predicament for him. Is he going to give it his all, or is he going to just try and stay ahead of the other drivers? It's a good question.
Yeah, we'll see what he does, as Wojtek Kulasek is having the look on Kai Chereznia, but Chereznia stays ahead of Kulasek for the time being, as we have Victor Albon was trying to get past the racing point of Mohammed Patel as well, trying to help out his teammate here as they head through turn number 6 and 7. Patel looking very, very close to the back of Blackwood. He's in quite the Haas sandwich here at the moment. As we head into Jun Sao, we're looking at another battle a bit further up the field. Kulasek, who's still chasing down Chereznia and Tost, as he is gonna have the DRS on the Polish driver. He goes to the inside line of Chereznia. I don't think it's gonna work. I think Kai's gonna be able to defend it around the outside as we head into turn 2, and he does defend from Kulasek. And the Tost behind is gonna try it, but he's not gonna get anywhere, obviously, considering that he doesn't have the straight on advantage. He still thinks about it though. He has a look on the inside of Wojtek Kulasek, but yeah, there isn't enough space for him there on the inside, unfortunately. So Tost stays where he is. We go back to the battle between the two Hasses and the Racing Point. Albon still trying to chase down Mohammed Patel, but nothing coming out of that just yet, as Johansson now starts lap 28 out of 32. Alfred, I should mention something. FG is gaining on Johansson.
Oh yeah, I just noticed that as well. It's been... I think the gap was about 7 or 8 seconds. Not very many laps ago, but yeah, that's an interesting development of the race. Are we maybe going to see some last lap action between FG and Johansson?
Could be, but I do fear it is a bit too late at this stage for Miran FG, as there is one quote that I do like: overtaking is, or no, sorry, that's not how it goes. Getting close is one thing, passing is another. So I fear that he may have run out of time, as Tost is not going to waste any time at all trying to get past Wojtek Kulasek here, as he goes on the inside of the Renault, and he is going to bring one Renault out of the points, as he's going to go wheel to wheel with Kulasek heading into turn 6. It's going to be Tost on the outside as he goes the long way round, and he gets past Wojtek Kulasek into turn number 6, and he now gets himself into the points final Tost, and he's now on the back of Kai Chereznia, not before going a bit wide though, and that could maybe allow Kulasek to try and rekindle this fight, as he's gonna go on the inside of Fernando Tost. No, he stays behind, and that is Fernando Tost up into 10th position. Nice battle. Tost then will be chasing down Chereznia for 9th. Looking at the gap, it's down to 2.3. So, Alfred, you might not actually be wrong on the fact that we could have a last lap battle between FG and Johansson, as we're going to have Tost already going on Kai Chereznia, but it's not going to work on the inside line here, as we have seen many, many times before. It's going to be Tost who remains behind Chereznia, but he's not had the worst run on the man from Poland there. The two compatriots are gonna go wheel to wheel with each other, as Tost's gonna go on the inside line of Kai Chereznia. He gets Kulasek, and he is gonna try to get Chereznia here as well, as he's gonna go around the outside of Kai Chereznia, and here he goes into turn 6, and Tost is ahead. Beautiful move making from Fernando Tost.
My only question is, did something happen to Johansson? As we see, all the other drivers have kept up with Miran FG, and it's just Johansson who's been falling behind, it seems like.
I think My theory would be that Johansson simply is just not pushing anymore. I feel like he's, I don't know, it could be something like tire temperatures or just wear in general. I feel like he's just kind of backing off.
Yeah, that's. But I mean, it's getting kind of close to FG now. With less than we're almost just over a second left now. FG's almost going to get DRS, and I think that we might start to see some battling soon.
Yeah, he caught up way faster than I thought, but he's only got 2 laps to do it if he decides to go for the move, as Kulasek is going to go for the move on Kite Racing. He's going to try to knock the Polish driver in the Racing Point out of the points, as Kulasek, though, is not able to do it. Is he still wheel to wheel with him through Curva do Sol? No, as he is going to have the DRS, though, on Chereznia, who is still out of the DRS range, as he is on it. But now then, as we're on lap 31 and 32, FG versus Johansson. I didn't think this was going to happen. I really didn't, but it's going to be Johansson looking to win his 2nd title in style, and FG was looking to win 1 more race after retirement. It would be quite symbolic, considering that his debut race was the one who won it. It would be real nice to cap it off, I think, for him. But Jesper will be wanting to end off the season in style, as FG is going to have the DRS heading down the first corner into the Senna SS on the final lap of the race. FG and Johansson wheel to wheel for one final time in Formula 1, as he's going to hang it on the inside. Can he do it, as Mandic is going to try to get involved into the second DRS zone we go, as there's Mandic on FG, as the two are going to go wheel to wheel. Thomas Mandic is going to try to mug FG off his second position here, as the two go side by side. Johansson is going to benefit from this massively, as that's basically the win guaranteed for him, as FG goes on the inside. Mandis, though, round the outside of Miran FG, and up into second goes Thomas Mandis. Very well done, as Klaus tries it on Ennis Parachki, but FG down to third with a bit of late race battling here, as Mandis close, very, very close to the back of Jesper Johansson. But I don't think that there is going to be much Mandic can do to take the lead. He's going to have a look on the outside line of Jesper Johansson. It may just well be a drag race to the line. Either way, it doesn't matter. After a very, very dominant 2019 season, it is going to be a drag race to the line. But after a very, very dominant 2019 season, he came, he saw, and he conquered. Jesper Johansson is a 2-time champion of the world, as he takes the crown here at Interlagos once again. He is champion of 2019, as he wins the Brazilian Grand Prix by 400th of a second. Mandic just so close to taking the win there, but Jesper Johansson is your 2019 champion, as he basically crosses the line wheel to wheel with Thomas Mandic. What an end to 2019, Alfred.
Incredible end there to the race, and so close for Thomas Mandic to get past Jesper Johansson, but he just managed to keep his nose in front of Mandic's, and it's incredible race. It's been a lot of battles, a lot of everything today, a lot of crashes. We have had a lot happen today, and there's been a lot of action.
Yeah, I mean, you have to say it. Absolutely heartbreaking for Dennis Groff, though. This is not how I wanted that season finale to go, with a DNF, and it just went so badly for him. I mean, I can't help but feel for him, but Jesper Johansson will be absolutely ecstatic, I think. It's been a phenomenal season, absolutely dominant, even though it did go down to the final round with a few hiccups from Johansson. That is a total of 6 wins in a season. 6! That's absolutely crazy. But yeah, let's go through the final classifications then, before we say our farewells. It's Jesper Johansson. It's pole win, fastest lap. Interlagos really is his favorite track, as Thomas Mandic finishes second by only 400ths of a second. That is the closest finish we've ever had in Formula 1, I think, for the race lead, as FG finishes third in his final race for Formula 1, as he bids farewell to the F1 grid after this season. Ennis Parachki finishes fourth, with Alfred Klaus in fifth, and Franco Gamba a brilliant sixth, with Laban Sasnishkai in 7th, who actually was able to get Luca Farina. I didn't even see that, but he did get Farina for 7th, and Farina finishes 8th. Tost 9th after a very, very good race with Chereshnia rounding out the points. Then it is Vojta Kulasek in 11th, with Jafari Blackwood in 12th. Then we have Patel in 13th and Victor Albom in 14th. Milka Singh starts. I think I'm going through qualifying again, but no. He finishes 15th with Novikov in P16. And your non-finishers... Oh, sorry. Oh, God. Sorry, Alfred. I was supposed to let you take this. I'll just let you take the non-finishers. I'm very sorry.
It's no worries. And then in 17th, we have Dennis Groff, who had an incredibly unlucky race there with 2 major crashes he was involved in, with being able to continue after the first one, but then getting too much damage in the second crash and having to come back to the pits. Incredibly unlucky for Dennis Groff, and his championship chances, well, they didn't go as he expected, and he gets to finish a 2nd place in the World Championship. And then in 18th place, we have Samet Özkan with Lewis McIntyre following him up in 19th. It's an unlucky race for both of the Toro Rossos, with then Joseph Frederick Suto in 20th place.
I really have to say it's a massive disappointment for Dennis Groff. It's one of the cruelest ways to lose a championship. But Jesper Johansson, your 2019 champion, Mercedes take the constructors' crown for the first ever time in the ACOC. So the Ferrari dominance comes to an end. But yeah, what a season of the ACOC, Alfred.
Incredible season, incredible racing, and I think that this is definitely a season to remember with all of the action we've had and all of the drama.
It really, really has been a fantastic season of the ACOC, and imagine how better 2020 is going to be.
It's going to be incredible to see all these new drivers we have who are moving up to the more senior teams such as Ferrari, Red Bull, and Mercedes. It's going to be incredible to see.
It really is going to be... It's going to be incredible to see how the 2020 season is going to take. But before we go then, let's give out driver of the day then. And I will give it to Laban Zasnishka, because I think he drove a fantastic race today. I think he made a lot of overtakes and cut his way through the field to finish a brilliant P7. And he ended off the season on a high note. It was very difficult for me to give out because I feel like there's so many people who have done really well today.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Laban Zasnishka did an incredible race from starting in P13 and being able to move it up that through the field and finishing up there in the points. Incredible race from him, and yeah.
Yeah, it's been one hell of a season, and here's to another fantastic season of close championships, battles, and action. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and thank you. That is it for the 2019 season of ACOC. Once again, another brilliant season is behind us, and it's been such a pleasure being through the 3rd ever season of the ACOC. Special thank you to all of our commentators, Alfred, Alex, Kai, Pausa, all of them fantastic. Thank you to our lovely host Turtle. Fantastic, absolutely brilliant to have him. Thank you to everyone who has watched the streams and stayed with us. We've experienced a massive growth in these last few months, and yeah, thank you for the drivers and for everyone being active. And finally, thank you for watching. Now then, it's time for me and everyone at the staff team to take a break, and yeah, we'll see you when the ACOC returns for the 2020 season. We're going to be back and better than ever. So yeah, I've been your commentator, Mir Nevji. Thank you for watching, and make sure to stay tuned for ACOC 2020. Thank you, and goodbye.